Hi, Assalamualaikum. Today I and Aisyah with my group will explain about relationship between temperature of a planet and the sun, the relationship between density and gravitational pull of the planet, and the relationship between distance, time and speed.
For relationship between temperature of a planet and the sun, theoretically, planets that are closer to the sun would receive more heat from it as compared to planets which are further from the sun. But Venus is the exception, as its proximity to the sun and dense atmosphere make it our solar system hottest planets. Table 12.3 show the distance of planet from the sun and the surface temperature of each planet.
This planet can be part by two categories, which is for planets that do not have an atmosphere and planets that have an atmosphere. For the planets that do not have an atmosphere like Mercury, the sunlight that directly reaches its surface will cause the area that faces to the sun to be extremely hot, more than 427 degrees Celsius, while the darker area is extremely cold and its temperature can drop to negative 173 degrees Celsius. For the planets that have an atmosphere like Earth, has clouds that reflect sunlight back into outer space, but the atmosphere traps some of the heat, which causes the greenhouse effect.
Venus and Mars also in this category, which is Venus has thick clouds that can reflect sunlight back into outer space, but the atmospheric layers consist of mostly carbon dioxide, which causes the greenhouse effect. Therefore, more heat is trapped and the surface temperature can reach up to 462 degrees Celsius. While Mars, although it has an atmosphere, the surface pressure is extremely low compared to that of the Earth, less than 1/100 of Earth's pressure, causing minimal effect on the surface temperature. The surface temperature fluctuates between negative 143 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius. Other planets can be in giant planets category, which is Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. The surface of these planets are covered in gas. These planets receive very little sunlight, therefore their surface temperature are extremely low.
Let's move to another topic, which is the relationship between density and gravitational pull of the planet. The gravity on the surface of a planet depends on its mass and density.
Table 12.4 show the relative mass, diameter, density and gravitational of the planets. The gravity of the Earth. The gravity of the Earth is 9.8 ms negative squared. This means that if we release an object from a certain height, the object will fall at an acceleration of 9.8 meters per second per second.
The gravity of Mercury and Mars is lower than the Earth because their mass are lower than the Earth. The gravity of Venus is almost the same as the Earth because its mass is almost the same as the mass of the Earth.
The gravity of Jupiter is much higher compared to the Earth because its mass is extremely high, although it has a low density. Although Saturn, Uranus and Neptune have very high mass, their gravity is not as high as the gravity of the Earth because these giant gas planets have low density. Let's move to the last topic, the relationship between distance, time and speed. Table 12.5 show the distance from the Sun and time taken for each planet to orbit the Sun.
The conclusion is the further a planet is from the Sun, the more time it needs to orbit the Sun. For example, Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. It takes only 88 days to orbit the Sun. Neptune is the furthest planet from the Sun and it takes 164.8 years to complete its orbit around the Sun.
That's all from my group and I. Thank you for watching.